welcome to today's Ocean Basics workshop. This is my first time hosting it. I'm Veronica. I'm with Ocean Core team. And today I want to talk to you about what Ocean is and does. And then we will go to the website and walk through some of the pillars of Ocean and upload an algorithm or a data set, probably a data set, to the Ocean market so that you can see how easy it is to be able to monetize your data. But you can monetize as well algorithms. I've uploaded Python algorithms in the past. So it's a great place to be able to start to generate money for Ocean rewards, right? Money for your intellectual property. So the first thing I would like to do is jump to the Ocean website. So at oceanprotocol.com, you'll see on the homepage that we have three nice pillars of Ocean. And this kind of, in a nutshell, describes what Ocean does. So we have the Ocean market, which we'll jump into a little more deeply in the later part of my presentation. But we also have data farming, which is a dApp, where you can earn rewards for staking your Ocean, and then you can yield farm on data sets and algorithms. And if we want to dive into that, I can do like a quick tutorial on that. That's a little bit out of the scope of this workshop, but certainly if there's questions on that, I'm well prepared to do a Q&A around that if you guys wish. And then we have data challenges. So data challenges are competitions that we host, which we reward participants with Ocean tokens, especially those who win at the challenges, which are designed to leverage machine learning outputs. So if you, for example, engage in our Predict ETH workshop, or our Predict ETH data challenge, which is currently ongoing, then you can use machine learning to predict the price of Ether for 12 hours into the future, submit those 12-hour predictions to our data challenge, and then if you accurately predict the price of ETH, then you can win Ocean in handsome rewards. So that's another avenue where we get people to upload high-quality data to the Ocean market. So the Predict ETH challenge is one of the things that we're more or less known for in the data science community because that challenge is often recurring. So let's talk about the Ocean market. So at market.oceanprotocol.com, you'll see a lot of data sets and algorithms on Polygon, Ethereum chain. You'll also see Moonbeam network. So we can upload data sets or algorithms to our network of choice, but I like Polygon, and so do a lot of people recently because of the gas fees being higher on Ethereum chain. So I'm going to connect my wallet here, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to upload a CSV file so that you can see how simple it really is to monetize your data on the Ocean market. So the first thing I'm going to do is connect my wallet, right? And then you can see that we are, let me switch to Polygon chain. Let's see, I don't want to add Ocean. I have very little Ethereum, as you can see. We don't need Ocean to upload. Let me change my network on my MetaMask to Polygon. And then you can see I have more Matic here. So we'll use Matic, of course, for uploading our CSV. And then MOcean stands for Matic Ocean, in case you see that on our website. Okay, so the first basic thing that you can do is upload a data set, right? All of these are data sets. You've got financial data like ETH USDT pair data on centralized exchanges. You've got, for example, BTC USDT candles. So there's a lot of financial data. Let's take a look at all of the data sets and algorithms real quick. So you can see that we have Olympic data. We've got medical data on here as well. Let's just scroll through some of this stuff. Airport data, You've got 3D printing data, solar power data. So I said Moonbeam, I meant Moon River chain. So the data sets really run the gamut. You can upload anything that you want, and the data sets, you can set the price in either Matic Ocean or Ocean tokens to be able to generate money from your data sets. And so with that, I want us to go to our CSV file. So I created a little Hello World CSV file. So in Google Sheets, I just exported as a comma separated values file. And then in my downloads folder, I am going to upload the data set to the Ocean Market. So let's click on publish. Okay, and that brings us to publish into Polygon. So right now we're on Polygon network, and data set is by default selected as the asset type. Okay, so let's make something really simple. So let's call this Hello World Ocean Basics Workshop 1. This is the inaugural Ocean Basics Workshop, so thank you all for being here. It really means a lot to me, and to Ocean as well. Okay, so the description we can type in, let's say, and this is all metadata for the data NFT that we're creating. So the description will be a simple Hello World example. And then the author is Graceful Coder. Graceful-Coder. That is my handle for Discord. And then tags. We can enter anything here. I'm going to type in test tag. I'm going to type in Hello World. It's not a tag yet, so I can just create it. And then agree to the terms and conditions. You can view the terms and conditions here. So we define API and customer, data buyer, vendor, a lot of important terms. And the important thing is that you own your own data. So your data is entirely monetizable by you. This is a key component of why we built Ocean. So big tech companies like Google and Facebook and even Apple, for example, own your data when you use their platforms. The decentralized nature of owning your own data gives you the ability to sell your data when you tokenize it. So that's what we offer, is a platform where you can, an ecosystem of open source tools and a market where you can upload data that you truly own. And so when you tokenize that data into an Ocean data NFT, that NFT is transferable, or you can sell it to anyone that you wish on the Ocean market, or you can even mint an Ocean data NFT without using the Ocean market. You can do this programmatically and then sell it to individuals on Polygon, Ethereum, for example, Moon River. So that is possible using our Ocean Python library. For now, we are just using the GUI. This is, in my opinion, no-code ways are the simplest ways. So we're going to click continue. And then we have the provider URL is Polygon, right? So right now, what we see up here is we have a data token. We have download access type, and I'll talk about compute to data a little bit later. But we can download the file once we create the data NFT. And then we will put the file online, either on GitHub. We can put a GitHub URL, Arweave, IPFS, and then use that URL so that people can download the actual file. And then we could put a sample file up so that people, without buying your data token, without buying your data NFT, they can see a sample of what it might look like the structure, for example. And then a timeout, which you can set to someone having access to your NFT for a day, a week, a month, a year, or forever. And I'm just going to click forever because that is your file once you download it forever. Okay, so Before we upload our file onto either IPFS or GitHub or Arweave, Arweave is a little more complicated, so I'm probably going to do IPFS or GitHub. But let's talk about data tokens. So you may be wondering, like, what is a data NFT versus a data token? Data tokens actually gate the access to that NFT. So you tokenize your data set or algorithm into an NFT, and then the data token actually controls the duration of time that someone can access the NFT or who can access the NFT. So the data token, if you buy access to the data set, the data token controls, okay, this address paid for access to the data NFT. So thus the data token allows the address who purchased the data set to be able to access that data NFT. So does that make sense? Are you guys following along with me here? Let me see. Oh, okay, I can hear you. Cool. Okay, great. So that's what data tokens do, and that's how they're different from data NFTs. So let's talk about IPFS, or what do you guys prefer, IPFS or GitHub to upload our data set?
Well, I'm biased, but
What is your bias? I'm curious.
my bias is that I work for another data storage company, so I have. But I suppose the easiest thing to do would be IPFS. That'd be awesome.
Okay, and we just integrated GraphQL yesterday. So this is brand new. What company do you work for, if you don't mind my asking? You don't have to tell me either if you
Oh no,
prefer.
you're good. I don't want to substitute Medium will tell you that I will subsume any conversation by accident. But basically, I work for a project that's working with Ocean Protocol as well. It's called Tango Hub and Pipe. Um,
Cool.
they do a data storage solution. It's different. It's a different data storage solution. I won't get too much into it.
Okay. Yeah, so you probably are a big fan then of Arweave. I just don't have AR token right now. And AR.
You are quite all right. But basically, everyone's competition, and we're a startup. Typical startup stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this may sound kind of rudimentary to you at this
Very
time.
good. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, so, and just so you guys know, Arweave is a permanent data storage blockchain. So they decentralize the storage of data online into nodes, and then they do this permanently on their blockchain, and their token is AR token, and their faucet was down at the last time that I checked. So I'm not going to use Arweave, and their token is not too expensive, but I just didn't want to buy it. Okay, so IPFS it is. So IPFS is really famous in the NFT world. I'm going to minimize my window here and open up IPFS in my Finder here. I should have the desktop, yeah. So we'll give this a minute to think. I'm on a Mac M1, and it is normally quite fast, but I do have a lot of tabs and applications open, so I really do use my memory pretty heavily. Could not connect to the IPFS API. Great. Oh, there it is.
Oh man. Uh, I jinxed it without saying IPFS.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, oh, this is not going to work. Okay, so I downloaded IPFS Desktop. IPFS Desktop is a super nice GUI to be able to upload data sets, algorithms, any files of choice. So right now we're connected, and there is a good amount of network traffic, I guess, at this hour, but not to worry. Okay, so you can use the IPFS GUI for files. I'm going to import from my downloads folder the Hello World CSV file. So I've got in my downloads folder, helloworld.csv. Okay, and you saw how quick that was. Okay, so we are going to share a link and we are going to copy this. I'm just going to click the copy button. And then back to our Ocean Market. Oh, we need the CID. Excuse me, not the URL. Oops, that's KuCoin. Okay, so copy CID, and then we go to, sorry, I'm sharing my screen, but I had a brain fart. Okay, Brave. So I'm going to paste that CID in here and validate it. And let's give this a second here.
We're just watching the process. You're good.
Okay, cool. Usually it's pretty quick, but I haven't seen this spinning wheel.
That's one of those things about IPFS and other kind of networks. I mean, any kind of centralized network. It's all based on traffic.
Yeah, I know. It could be, I mean, you saw a peak in the network traffic for this hour, so it's possible that this may take longer than anticipated. Yeah. And I can see some blinking up here as well. Oh, that's Discord. That's myself speaking.
Well, depending on how fast this goes, can be a very long conversation, or it can be it'll be very short. Either way.
Yeah, we could do GitHub as well. Could not fetch file info. Is your network down? Okay, so shit.
Oh, you're good. It's gonna be great as you edit the video.
Yeah, I will edit it out. Okay, so
you can literally just insert a little tab like this pink ball ass. He made me do IPFS.
Yeah, I don't know why that the network is down for this IPFS CID. It is slow right now, so maybe we just have to go to GitHub.
You do your GitHub, miss.
Okay, cool. So let's go to GitHub. And IPFS would have been faster, but let's just create a new repo called Ocean Basics Workshop. And I'll use this for future videos. Create repo. Okay, so I don't need a README. Okay, so we are going to upload a file, upload an existing file. And in our downloads, we've got helloworld.csv. And are you guys comfortable with GitHub? I know, Zephyr, that you're probably pretty comfortable with GitHub, but is anyone else kind of like afraid of using GitHub for a task like this? Are you guys developers or data scientists? Like, what are you guys comfortable with? Mark. Oh, Full Value Dan has a crying smiley face.
You can never help. You get some people. It's Web3. Everyone cries at some point.
Yeah, I don't know if we have people who are data scientists who maybe are just Web 2 or are comfortable using something like IPFS Desktop as a Web 3 data scientist.
Well, it's one of those things. Just, you got GitHub, so you might as well go, or whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I like GitHub a lot. I think that it's an elegant solution for what we're doing, but I'm flying through the GitHub UI because I assume that you guys are kind of comfortable with GitHub. If you're not, then we can slow it down here and just pipe up. Okay, so we've got helloworld.csv. This is a public repository. So for this file, I'm going to copy the link. Let's see. Sorry, here. Copy permalink, I believe it is. So we're going back to the Ocean Market. file confirmed. Oh, this says it's an HTML file. So let's make sure that the permalink is not, that we're actually linking to the CSV itself. So not the permalink to this file. Let me recall here. Okay, I'm gonna put in the .csv raw URL. Okay, you can see that instead of an HTML file, it went to plain, and it's 31 bytes. So that's the CSV file. We copied the raw GitHub URL. Okay, I'm not going to put a sample file because this is just a simple hello world CSV with hello, world. We're going to click continue. And then you can set a price, either 0, which is free in the free tab, or a fixed price. So I'm just going to keep it free in case you guys want to download this. I'm going to download this as part of the demo. So I want this asset to be free, and I'm going to click continue. Okay, so before we sign the transactions, you see a preview. So this data NFT is of type dataset, and it's owned, as you can see, by my address. The CHAANC-23 is the data token that is gating access to this data NFT. You can see all the other metadata like graceful coder and then the owner. So we're going to click continue. And then I have to sign some transactions with my wallet. So we are on Polygon, so the gas should be pretty nominal. So I'm going to click submit. And then I'm going to click confirm. Gas prices are high. That's always a good thing. I'm just kidding. So it should just be a couple cents for gas. Pretty reasonable. So once that transaction completes, then we're going to have one other transaction for publishing the DDO. And then we'll get to that here right now. Awesome. So I'm going to click confirm. And we'll just let that have a second or two here to finish. Yay, view asset. Okay, so it's important to note that our asset maybe doesn't upload right away. So I'm going to click this. The DID is not in the cache yet because this is brand new. So what we're going to do is wait a couple seconds, as it says, and then refresh the page. And we are constantly working to improve our metadata cache service. It's called Aquarius. If you're a developer, an Ocean developer, you may know Aquarius already. So I'm going to click refresh again, and there it is. Okay, so this is our data set. We've uploaded it. You've got a use button and a get button here. So as you can see, it says this data set is free to use. Network gas fees still apply, even when using free assets. So I want to press this big pink button that says get, and then I have to pay some gas. And typically I do this flow with IPFS instead of GitHub. So let's just see, hopefully everything went fine with GitHub. It should be no problem. And this wheel is spinning for a little while. The network is pretty busy. Let's just give this a second here. You know, I haven't seen this take this long before. There's all sorts of, anytime you demo, you get little unexpected curveballs. So this is still going, but let's see what happens if I click download. Hopefully that the confirmation goes through. Maybe that this is a MetaMask UI kind of quirk. So I'm going to click download. Okay, and we still have the spinning wheel.
I like how yeah, you're trying so hard. You really do this and indulging people. Well, specifically my whim on IPFS, and it's like, well, everything's gone downhill from you.
I know. Yeah, it's very busy right now. Like I said, I haven't seen this
But
occur
you'll get
before.
through it no matter what. I have confidence in that.
Yeah, I mean this could take a little while. You can
7
see,
hours later.
I know, right? You can see in the background, it says that the amount plus the gas fee is just 1 cent. So, and the gas up here, the estimated gas was 1 cent.
Yeah,
Perhaps I should have paid extra gas to have this go
yeah,
through.
it could be that. You could, I guess, suppose you could sort of kind of enforce it, but yeah, it's one of those things. Oh, or it failed. Transaction failed.
Yeah, hopefully,
You were
hopefully
have a
that
great
was.
and wonderful time editing this afterwards.
Ah, here we go. Signature request. Okay. You bought this data set already. Okay, so save as hello world. So I'm gonna save this as hello world downloaded. And then you see it says hello world download.csv. So I'm gonna show in my Finder. So I'm going to double click this to open it. It's taking a couple seconds. Again, my memory is, there we go. So we've got hello dash world, or hello comma world. This is a CSV file. So we downloaded the CSV file successfully. This is, by the way, the Mac version of Excel. So I don't have Excel. I don't have Microsoft Office. I just use all the native Mac apps and Google for any kind of files that I need. So this looks a little different than an Excel sheet. But you basically saw us upload a data set and then download it. You can click use for compute to data. So this is, I mentioned compute to data earlier. So you can actually create a data set and an algorithm upload as NFTs, right? And the algorithm can actually, you can set it to compute on the data set, and then you sell access to the output computations. So we call that compute to data. It's a little more advanced of a feature, and this is like a basics workshop. We went through uploading a data set and then downloading it subsequently. And you can see that we just used a simple CSV file. So we aren't going to go into compute to data because that would be more sophisticated, but it's a similar flow. When you click publish, you can publish the algorithm or the data set here and then compute on the access tab. You would click compute. It is still in a development phase. It's we work a lot on compute to data to make it robust, but then you would just identify whether or not your algorithm is for computing on the data set. So yeah, and you can see this data token up here is changing the name every time that we create a new data NFT. It's got its own unique data token that's assigned to it. Okay, so was that simple enough? How did you guys like seeing? How did you guys like seeing uploading a data set and downloading it? Were there any kind of confusions or questions? I know IPFS was not functional in the time that we had, but we were able to use GitHub raw URL. What questions do you guys have, if any? And if not, then I can briefly show you a couple more things if you're interested.
For me, you did a great job. You suffered a lot. Thank you.
No worries. I know that we would have all liked to see IPFS work, but certainly you can always use GitHub. And it's really nice to be able to use GitHub as well if you're already putting everything in a development repository and then you want to keep track of all of your data NFTs and data tokens within your project. It's a nice way to compartmentalize everything. Arweave is also great. IPFS is great as well. And now you can use GraphQL and even smart contracts to be able to host your file and then paste in the URL for that file into the Ocean Market GUI to be able to mint the NFT. Okay, since there's no questions, I do want to show you real quick the df.oceandao.org. So let's share the screen again. So we do have what's called a data farming workshop. And our data farming workshop is about the DApp here at df.oceandao.org. I'm going to connect my wallet. And I just want you guys to see that basically this is Ocean Protocol's way where you can actually stake your Ocean tokens and generate both passive rewards, and you can generate active rewards by yield farming on data sets. So you can go to df.oceandao.org and actually access our data farming app, or you can go to oceanprotocol.com and then click Earn Rewards in the middle of the page. And that brings you here. You can go to VE Oceans tab, and then what you do is you would lock your Ocean tokens to get VE Ocean, which stands for Voting Escrowed Ocean. And you take that VE Ocean, and then you can allocate it to data sets or algorithms on the Ocean market. And then you can generate yield from the sales of those data sets and algorithms. So this is a way that we incentivize the publishing of high quality data assets on the Ocean market. And then this is also a way for people to signal which are the data sets and algorithms that are the highest quality worth downloading. And so by the ranks of, you can see allocation, what people believe are going to be the best selling data sets and algorithms. You can see the amount of VE Ocean that is allocated, and then last round's APY on those data sets and algorithms. So last round, the annual percentage yield was 324% on this data set. And we can click on that and see that asset on the Ocean market. So that is about data farming. And then our data challenges. We have some challenges that you can see that we've had. We just finished an air pollution data challenge. On our Twitter, the Ocean Protocol Twitter, you can actually see the current challenge is usually in the banner. So we have a challenge on the liquidity strategies used by DEXs, where you write a report citing some data from DEXs on what strategies DEXs used to gain liquidity, to provision liquidity, and then what seems to work for DEXs strategically to gain liquidity and what doesn't work. And then you can win from a prize pool of 6,000 US dollars. And then we also have our Predict ETH 4 workshop. So Predict ETH 3, our third Predict ETH, data challenge, not workshop. Our Predict ETH 3 data challenge concluded. You can see the winner is described here. And then Predict ETH 4 was announced on our blog. So you can see both on our Twitter and then on our blog, the Predict ETH 4 data challenge has a $5,000 prize pool. So those are our two ongoing data challenges. We talked about the Ocean market. The stream went well. I just got a little survey question there. We talked about current data challenges that you can data farm on our DApp, and also uploaded a data set and downloaded it from the Ocean market using a raw GitHub URL. Any questions before we all conclude? I know that I talked a lot at length, and I hope that if you guys have any questions that I can answer them. Okay, sweet, full value, Dan. I really I like the thumbs up. I was nervous for this workshop. So thank you for that. This is my first solo event for Ocean.
Nah, you did a great job. No need to be nervous.
Thank you, Marketus. I really appreciate that as well. And thank you, Zephyr, for being here. I know that you know Idiom pretty well, who's also Ocean Core. And it sounds like that you attend a bunch of our workshops. So thank you for being here also.
Happy to support a project of a friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. So with that, do you guys have any questions?
For me, nah, just good work. I will most likely make points after the audio is done.
Sweet, I got 100%. Cool. Awesome. Well, I'll send you guys on your way to respect your time and to respect mine too. I am Veronica. I make YouTube videos for Ocean Protocol. I do technical marketing, and pretty soon you'll see a YouTube video on how to set up accounts for Alice and Bob users on Polygon to trade data NFTs. So if you follow our YouTube channel, you will see me talking all things ocean. I'm pretty much the only girl on our YouTube channel. So feel free to follow us on there, and hope to see you guys soon on some of the other workshops. Thank you guys.
Well, thank you.
Bye-bye.